It's tea time, our proposal for a new municipality building for Tirana.
We were lucky enough to work with an amazing team. Mark Joubert of JAJOUBERTARCHITECTURE, together with studiove, Mark Rijhoek, artist, Piers Nielsen, lighting designers, and PBT, engineers.
So what is a municipality building?
This is a municipality building. This is a municipality building. This is a municipality building.
City halls were built from the end of the Middle Ages as monuments to civic society, when the influence of nobility was reduced and administration became more important. They were symbols of cities, together with religious buildings and market squares, and always had a tower. After the Second World War, they became indistinguishable from normal office buildings, until changing again and attempting to become a public part of the city fabric, such as the State of Illinois building in Chicago or the City Hall of The Hague. Sometimes they even took in other functions such as housing, for example in the city offices of Rotterdam. So what kind of city hall is right for Tirana? A monument, an administration building, or a mixed-use building? Why choose if we don't have to?
Tirana has developed tremendously in the last decades, and this location creates a great opportunity to connect the city to its northern suburbs, at the same time to enlarge the city centre and allow for more functions, to create new squares, the living rooms of the boulevard, and to be a good neighbour to the existing and new inhabitants of the area.
The site allows for a maximum buildable surface of about 56,000 square meters. So what role can this building play in this area? As one of the first buildings, this project can establish the benchmark for all future projects in urban integration, sustainability and design. A respectful building for the citizens of Tirana that is safe, economic, sustainable and flexible. Tirana is probably one of the best examples worldwide of using art and culture for city building and branding. Coupled with forward-thinking and leapfrogging technology, Tirana is in a potentially unique position on the crossroads of technology and art. So we propose to develop a public and respectful benchmark project. But how? We started by developing a city branding, using the letters of Tirana for seating, a fountain as logos and even the Tirana flag, to connect the citizens of Tirana with their city even more. So how could this work as a building? We start with a plot. Add 7 floors. By pushing back the volume, we create terraces for the offices and allow daylight for our neighbors. Then we cut out 3 squares to all sides of the building to allow for more daylight in the center. We create public connections to the accessible roof and connect the squares to the surrounding city. We add a roof landscape with an amazing view over Tirana and a new Times Square along the boulevard. The municipality building is a good neighbor to the existing and new inhabitants of this area, respectfully integrating and anticipating future development. Transport connections along the boulevard allow for easy access by public transport, bike and car.
We want to support sustainable transport.
We connect to the bicycle infrastructure of the city and provide a dedicated bicycle parking garage for 1,000 bikes.
The main Times Square has a golden T with a perforated metal facade with art and culture program inside and a ceremonial hall for weddings at the top. The LED facade and a reflecting mirror waterpool T in front of it make the square perfect for public gatherings and to inform the city. The T can be a golden light, show art, project city information, or celebrate a sports victory. The silver T along the boulevard houses meeting rooms for civic associations, with the city museum on the top floor. It squares a number of cafes and restaurants with a gravel T which can be used for sports or jeux de boules. The third bronze T faces east, houses meeting rooms for the municipality with its shadow engraved in the pavement. The mayor's office will be in the top, allowing for a view of the rising sun over Deity mountain every morning. The municipality should be accessible to its citizens, so we give 3 new pocket parks to the city, with water, entertainment or sports, each marked by a shining T of Tirana. Each of the T's has a public core allowing for access to the roof with its garden, cafes, seating and an open-air cinema. The building itself has planted terraces with a rainwater retention system to water them, allowing for natural and seasonal shading, openable facades for natural cross-ventilation and naturally cooled air through underground ducts to reduce AC needs, as well as solar cells on the roof to generate electricity. The terraces themselves are connected to allow shortcuts for employees and are large enough so informal meetings can be held outside. By being efficient and by using standard materials and spans, we can make a compact and economic building. Then we can invite others inside or even subdivide the building, quite easy with its 3 entrances and 4 cores. With the parking on -1, additional functions on the lower floors, the public functions gathered around the largest atrium, and the flexible municipal offices on the higher floors. The large plenary halls and conference center with its larger spans on the top floor to avoid high loads and expensive construction. The 3 T's provide additional meeting and cultural spaces as well as access to the roof. 4 internal cores allow for access and escape, while the terraces surrounding provide outdoor space and additional escape options.
Solar panels on the T's, shading pavilions and the water retention basin complete the roof.
The building is organized through the 3 internal cores and around a large central atrium and several smaller ones, which allow for public functions and connections between the floors.
Do you want to work here or do you want to work here?
As we saw recently, our working environment is changing constantly. Working at home and meeting for events or only some days in the week is possible and even desirable. So how does this influence our buildings and our cities? Working spaces in our building are flexible with an emphasis on collaboration and teamwork, with working online and in the office, while meeting places become more important. Open plan offices allow for a flexible and adaptable organization, while the terraces add to the comfort and quality of the working environment. The 3 T's house additional functions such as a ceremonial hall, city museum and the mayor's office.
We build on a very efficient grid of 8.1 meters, good for offices as well as the parking garage below. On the perimeter, a grid of 5.4 by 8.1 meters allows for the steps of the terraces and the additional weight of the planters. The structure of columns with a flat floor allows for even distribution of loads and easy connection and adjustment of internal walls and ducts. The structure is flexible and can be easily subdivided later, allowing for a flexible and resilient long-term usage.
The top of the T's themselves rest on columns inside the building. Only the T along the boulevard has a cantilever steel construction. Of course, the building is earthquake-proof, with stability ensured by the 4 cores inside and 3 inside the T's.
The offices are calculated with 25 square meters per person, the standard used by tech companies such as Apple or Facebook. There are some additional costs, such as the planters, but due to the efficient organization of the process and project, we estimate the cost to be comparable to other high-quality office buildings in Tirana. The total surface is about 51,000 square meters above grade, including all tertiary functions, with about 40,000 square meters reserved for the municipality.
Thank you for your time. We as a team had a lot of fun and we worked really hard. And we hope that you like our proposal for the new municipality building of Tirana.